You know what I'm saying? Listen. Knowledge, 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 knowledge. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. So in order for you to come out of the destruction of Satan the devil for being ignorant of the knowledge of Allah, which is the knowledge that we need to come into, to come out of the destruction of Satan the devil, of the life of sin. Everybody involved in the life of sin, in this life of the world, the life of unrighteousness, the life of ungodliness, the life of ignorance of the knowledge of God, which is the knowledge of the Bible and the Quran, the knowledge of the Word of God, the knowledge of the revelations of God, of what God explained, of how we should live our life in worship of Him. That knowledge of God, the knowledge of the Word of God, the knowledge of the Quran, the knowledge of the Bible, the knowledge which is the knowledge of the revelation of the Word of God to His prophets, to the human being. That is the knowledge that we need to come into to be saved and rescued by God Allah from this destruction that we are already in, that was brought upon us by Satan the devil for being ignorant of that knowledge of God, the destruction of the life of a sin in this life of the world that we are living now. Who is teaching that knowledge of God? Allah. Ultimately Allah. How? Through all kinds of sources. Of which you yourself, you are one of the sources of how Allah is teaching this knowledge. That's why Allah told you as a Muslim, keep reading my word, which is my knowledge, the Quran and the Bible. Keep reading it and studying it and learning it, and I will qualify you by that which you have learned and that which you practice and do according to how I teach you. It's how Allah is going to qualify you to receive from Allah, from that knowledge of Allah, which is the knowledge of Al-Islam, which is the knowledge of God, which is the knowledge of the Word of God, which is the knowledge of the revelations of God, which is in the Quran and the Bible and the Sunnah and the Hadith and the Seerah, or wherever, however else Allah is teaching it and placing it and bringing it and delivering it via you, via the white Arab, via the Muslim, via the Alim, via the human being, via his creation, and via himself, and also via his angelic beings. Dr. Malachi York is an angel of Allah. Yes. Dr. Malachi York is an angel of Allah. What is an angel of Allah? An angel of Allah is a being of Allah that Allah created from His light, and in His mind and in His will. You as a human being, you have your own mind and you have your own will. The angelic beings of Allah that Allah created from His own light of Himself, He locked them up in His mind and locked them up in His will. So the angelic beings, they come into this planet in the will of Allah, and for a being to be in the will of Allah and the mind of Allah, it simply means that they don't have a mind and a will of their own. They are locked up in the will and the mind of Allah. So however they are and whatever they do, that is how Allah is doing by them. Now, you all still don't want to come into this and believe this. You still want to run around with the white Arab that is headlock in a very little knowledge that he have and much ignorance of himself. You still want to be headlock with some kind of a human being that have almost absolutely none of the knowledge, sometimes very little knowledge and much of the ignorance headlock of them. To be headlock with them and frozen with them in time, when they are judged, you will be judged by them and receive whatever you receive in that judgment. That's what you want to do. You don't want to come to Allah and how Allah is teaching you by you reading this Quran and learning. There is an angel of Allah with us today, and his name is Dr. Malachi York. But Dr. Malachi York is locked up in jail. Yeah, that Dr. Malachi York is locked up in jail. One of his what he is. One of his what he is. What is that? That means that there are money, Dr. Malachi York. Lock this one up, kill this one, do this one with that one, but you're not going to get through of all of them. He come in all shape and all forms. That's why they tell you God is everywhere and in everything. So if an angelic being is made of a light of God Allah and in the mind of God Allah and in the will of God Allah, so Allah is doing by them. You think Allah is just going to allow himself to be locked up in jail and that's it? Nah, you have locked up one of them. They have killed him many times before. He thought about that, but he's still here. You're dealing with Allah in a person. A concept that you all not yet coming into it. Dr. Malachi York. Dr. Malachi York. You know what I'm saying? Learn the knowledge of the revelations of the word of Allah, the Quran, and the Bible, and the Sunnah, and the Seerah, and the Hadith from Dr. Malachi York, the angel of Allah that come with the mind and the will of Allah. Allah is teaching of himself by him. Allah have already started teaching directly by himself. So he told you, just read the Quran and I will begin to pour the knowledge of me that I qualify you by your obedience to my act of reading and doing the rituals I teach you in the Quran. I will begin to pour that knowledge and the rest of the qualifications of me, of your obedience of me and my word is straight directly into you by Allah. Allah is already doing that for a Muslim. All a Muslim gotta do is read the Quran and read the Bible and read the Hadith and read the Sunnah and read the Seerah and read anything that he can find that is legal by Allah, that is morally sound, and Allah will begin to pour his knowledge into them by him qualifying them by that act of obedience. Is the price that you pay to be qualified by Allah, to receive from Allah the knowledge from Allah and the rest of what you receive from Allah in this life of this world and the life of the hereafter, the life of eternity, the life of heaven, the life of Al-Jannah. Allah is already doing what He's doing in the world already. We are in the seventh day, the day of Allah. So Allah is already with us here in the world doing whatever He is doing by Himself directly. And He already got His angelic beings around here in the world. One of them is Dr. Malachi York. And He is doing by Dr. Malachi York, by the will of Him, in Him, by the intention and the mind of Him, in Him, and the light of Him, in Him, which is Him. I wanna follow Him. I wanna follow Him. Follow Dr. Malachi York. Learn. Dr. Malachi York already wrote over 360,000 books and some other books, infinite books for you to learn. Whatever you want to learn, all you need to do is buy one of his books and learn. You want to learn Islam? He got thousands of books speaking about Islam. You want to learn about Allah? He got thousands of books already out there talking about Allah. You want to learn about Prophet Muhammad? He got thousands of books already talking about that. And all of that is coming from him, by Allah, by him. Dr. Malachi York, the angel of Allah. Melchizedek al-Malaku Sadaq Allahu al-Azim. Al-Khidr alayhi salam, Dr. Malachi York. Dr. Malachi York. This is a Momokwala Mom recordings. Go on my YouTube channel and my Facebook mainly, and the rest of the platforms on the social media, and look up the keyword, dial in Amun 26 or www.amomokwala.com and go and log on to my YouTube channel and my Facebook and subscribe, like, share, comment, and join, and watch and listen and follow all of my recordings all over the social media and on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and the rest of the social media platforms. Amomokwala Mom recordings, amomokwala.com, amun26.com, Amomokwala Mom recordings, amomokwala.com, amun26.com. This is Amomokwala Mom on Amomokwala Mom recordings. This is Amomokwala Mom on Amomokwala Mom recordings, inviting you to all of my social media platforms to come and interact with the information that I am bringing right here on the social media and other mediums. I'm out here, homie, one-on-one. I've been doing this for years, homie, even before the days of the social media, homie. You gotta find me out here. Amun Kula Amun. This is what I do. Bringing you the knowledge. Whatever knowledge, homie. Including the knowledge of Al-Islam. I myself, I am a Muslim. Allah made me like that. Allah made me a Muslim. I am a Muslim. Allah made me like that. Allah made me a Muslim. Alright. See you around, homie. It's time to learn. Monokula Moon out. Yeah. Dr. Malachi York, the angel of Allah among us today. Dr. Malachi York. Dr. Malachi York, the angel of Allah. Melchizedek al-Malik al-Sadaq in the Quran and the Bible. The angel of Allah among us today. And and Al-Khidr alayhi salam in the Quran. Al-Malaku Sadaq wa Allahu al-Azim in the Quran, and Melchizedek, the angel of Allah, in the Bible. Dr. Malachi York, the angel of Allah, among us today. Dr. Malachi York. Free Dr. Malachi York. Free Dr. Malachi York. This is a moon, cooler moon, and I'm out, homie. Dr. Malachi York. 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 Free 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 Dr. Malachi York.